Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining today's webinar. We'll just give it a couple more seconds for more people to join. We've got a nice little group joining us today. Thank you, first of all, for taking your time and joining today's webinar. Hope you guys are all staying safe with the current weather conditions and any customers joining from Victoria, New South Wales. All right, I believe we've given it a couple more seconds after 9 a.m. Let's go. Thank you again for joining today's webinar, and just going to give you a bit of an introduction. I'm Suraj, by the way, so I do work with a sales team. I'll just probably, turn on my camera and show you hi. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining again. So I do work with a APAC sales team. So if you do end up taking the free trial, the 14-day free trial, which we would be telling you the steps by the end of the demo, we will give you a bit of we might be meeting again. Exciting. And the whole reason today is what's the subject of the webinar? And of course, why is Prospect CRM so perfect for Unleashed customers? That's something that we're going to quickly touch upon today. And also, we're going to give you some, real-time examples of some of our customers who have already been on board and using the CRM, and also give you the kind of real business and profitable growth, and show you the capabilities of the CRM and how does the integration actually work. What is the kind of the data that goes backwards and forwards between the two systems? So those are the key functions and features that we're going to be touching upon today. Just to give you a bit of an insight. So we've been both Unleashed and Prospect have been integrated for at least more than 5 years right now, before being taken over by the Axis Group. So which means the integration is a bit more tight, and it's developed, like heaps and bounds ever since the company has been taken over by the Axis Group. And just to give you, if you do go to our website, there will be heaps of, customer reviews and testimonials left by Unleashed customers to get that bit of a confidence going. I will send you through that link, which is as a part of this particular slide. But if I give you a bit of an example on one of the customers' feedback and the review that's left, Helen from Pure Medic, as you can see, we're not going to promise that it's going to be life-changing for all of y'all, but we do give you, that's the feedback that she gave us when she started the free trial and completed the integration. It was amazing for her. It was life-changing for her to see through all the data flow through from Unleashed to the CRM and use that sales data, to kind of leverage your marketing and sales activities. So that's something hopefully I can show you today through the live demo. And one of the key factors is, so we have built this CRM specifically for Unleashed customers. So we only deal with companies that sell physical products, primarily to B2B. So that's what our system has been designed. But if I quickly give you an example of, if you do look for CRM, you could potentially be using another CRM in your business. There are literally hundreds of CRM solutions. Just to give you a quick example of some of the top players in the market, you can pretty much, add this example to, you can fill this with any other CRMs that you're using. At this day and age, every CRM does have pretty much similar star rating. It's based on how well they're training their customers. This is the basic requirement for any software company, we feel. And one of the key things that kind of differentiates what we call these top 3 players like Salesforce, Pipedrive, and HubSpot are more like traditional CRMs. They were built for mostly the early adopters. As you can see, the reviewers or the companies or the industries that use these CRMs were mostly non-product businesses, or should I say service-led businesses, where there will be an elongated sales process. Like the company would deal with an opportunity and they would be logging any activities or email communications or filling up those pipelines with relevant information on what's the outcome of each meetings, and try to probably deliver that. Once we have sold that as a service, it could be a marketing package, or it could be a software service like us. It's a high ticket volume sale. And then once we have sold that, then you implement that service over probably 1 or 2 years or even 5 years. So it's more towards an elongated sales process, and it's mostly for service-led business. But whereas if you look at Prospect CRM, we were typically built for that niche market, which is, and understanding that buying pattern of the customer, and also getting them onto that repeat order cycle, which is the heartbeat of any wholesale and distribution industry. That's what drives the real profitable growth. So as you can see, all our customers are one way or the other, either a wholesaler, distributor, or a manufacturer. So that's what our system has been designed to do. And also, I'm going to quickly touch upon this. We will send you through this link as a part of the webinar. Whoever has joined the session, we've been voted as the #1 stock of CRM. It's very unusual for a CRM company to get that particular award, but we're going to give you the reasoning behind it, why we've been voted as the #1 stock of CRM in today's session. And as you can see, these are some of the partners' reviews left on their website. And also, if you do look at the other awards that we've got, the high performer, easiest setup, that's something that you're going to be noticing when you take the free trial, and highest user adoption, most implementable, and best functionality and features. So we're going to be trying to showcase all these capabilities in today's session. And also, we're going to show you what are the benefits of implementing an integrated system. And one of the key kind of formulas that we kind of rely on, or that we've adopted in the CRM, is the growth formula and the growth model. It does look fairly simple. With any CRM, the whole idea is to bring in more customers, which could be and fill in more customers through their pipe, through their marketing campaigns or opportunity management. And that's pretty much what most traditional CRMs are built to do. We do have that functionality, but on top of that, we also focus on the higher CLTV, which is customer lifetime value. So all the customers that we have loaded into the system, what we do is we do pull them through this mechanism, which really focuses on these three factors. I'm going to show you what are those three segments, which really helps you, push that sales growth. So we're going to be seeing how the formula is built and how we're going to help you achieve that growth. If I quickly break that formula for you, I'm sure you've seen this funnel of doing business. This is one of the most basic concepts in the CRM, as you all know. As you can see, the whole idea of any CRM is to attract more customers. And this could be through your marketing campaign, and it could also be through some e-shot campaigns or cold calling, inquiry web forms from your website, where if there's any inquiries coming through and you flow it and then you attract more customers, we capture that information. And once when you qualify that leads, we do push them through a sales process with your sales team, which could be right from that initial level meeting, a face-to-face meeting, or even sending through those quotes, or even sending samples if that's part of your business process. And eventually, once you're happy with that, and if they do confirm, and you close the deal. And as you know, in wholesale and distribution industry, if this first order could be a bit tentative, this whole effort could be a loss-making effort. And unfortunately, most of the top CRM's functions kind of stop right here. They only focus on bringing in more customers and pushing them through the pipe and close the deal. But as you know, in wholesale and distribution industry, we heavily rely on that repeat order business. It's a niche market. So that's where we come into the picture, as I did mention to you earlier. So what we do is we not only do we bring them into your sales pipeline, but we also onboard them into the business. And we also push them through those three mechanisms that I just discussed, which focuses on that higher customer lifetime value. So we do have sales analysis and tools that kind of focuses on that order frequency, order value, and also, retaining your customers as long as possible. So which you don't have that leaky bucket effect where you're bringing in more customers into your business, but they're leaking out through the other side of the funnel. By really focusing on your existing customer base, we can ensure that we can drive that profitable growth. So that's what we're going to trying to achieve today as well. And with Prospect CRM, the whole idea is to turn your business into a growth engine. So that's what our system is designed to do, and to leverage your sales. As you can see, with the growth playbook and the growth model, that's been divided into the funnel that I just showed you: attract, sell, close, onboard, order value, frequency, and retention. And it's also broken down into the growth formula, which is more customers and higher customer lifetime value. And we will send you through a link to a quiz which you can take before you start the free trial, which will help you kind of benchmark where you're located, and which are the areas that you want to really have to focus on in your business. It's a nice little quiz. If you do try to take it as honestly as you can, it will really give you those actionable insights and give you those information on where you have to focus on straight away. And as you can see, today we're going to be seeing all these key, features which are deployed, which will give you that, early paybacks, I should say. We're going to be seeing how you're going to be using the RFM analysis or the magic matrix or even the missing order alert. But the whole idea is once when you start using the CRM, we would ideally want you to use features that require a bit more planning and configuration. So you can automate your email campaigns. So if you do use MailChimp, Klaviyo, or Spotler, we do have the ability to integrate to those top marketing tools, and you can capture all those responses of those campaigns. And today we're also going to be showing you how to automate your quote to order workflow, put the onus on the customer with the decision-making process. That's something that you're going to see. And again, this is something our onboarding team, if you do decide to come on board with us, will sit with you and try to go on each of these components and really try to focus and drive your profitable growth. And I will send you through this link as well. And apart from that, I'm just going to quickly touch upon that RFM grid for you. And this is exactly what I was mentioning earlier. We will send you through this link, so whoever has joined the webinar. So you will have the ability to take that quiz, which is called the Growth Playbook Scorecard. And as I did mention, you'll be able to get some real actionable insights before you start the free trial. And RFM, this is something, it's an industry standard reporting widely used in the wholesale distribution industry. RFM stands for recency, frequency, and monetary value. So based on the sales history from Unleashed, we categorize your customers. It's a set logic and the system based on all the sales transactions. We categorize your customers into champion, loyal, at risk, and so on. So the moment you start your free trial, so the logic, what the system does it, we do calculate and we categorize your customers for you, even during the free trial. So it does give you that kind of crucial information on who's the customer. You might be thinking, this customer A might be doing really well, but if you, in reality, they might be slipping out on that average order cycle. So it's a really cool little sales tool, which we feel, it's used in the CRM. I'm going to show you how it reflects in the demo account. But as I did mention, champion obviously being the customers who have bought recently, buy often, or spend the most, similar to at-risk customers who did spend big money at one point in time, but they've dropped in revenue for whatever may be the reason. It could be the seasonality, it could be change in buyer or increase in pricing. Whatever may be the reason, we do indicate those customers who are falling off that average order cycle. And we've also added another component, another segment, which is the new customers. As I did mention, research has proven that for a customer to treat you as a supplier, the fourth order is the tipping point. It's fairly crucial. So that's when they start realizing you as a potential supplier, and they do, get onto that repeat order cycle. So when you do onboard a new customer into the business, until they've placed this fourth order, they will remain in the segment. So this gives an opportunity for your sales team to, work with them a bit more closely, build that relationship organically, and eventually push them up through the segment and make them your champion and loyal customer. So that's another little area that we're trying to achieve today or going forward using the CRM. And before we jump onto the live demo, just want to quickly touch upon what is integrated, because that's like the main question. That's the curiosity is what's gotten you to the webinar today. So what do you think is going to be reflecting in the CRM from Unleashed, and what's the two-way sync? So what are the information that flows backwards and forwards? So it's a pretty deep two-way integration, as I did mention earlier. So both our developers work pretty closely, and it's a tightly integrated system. So through the integration from Unleashed, we pull all your currencies. So we pull any native currencies you're working with. It could be AUD or New Zealand dollars, or we also pull through multiple currencies. So if you purchase goods with your suppliers with USD or any other currencies, we pull through that information. We also pull all the taxes and warehouses, the GST, VAT, and we also pull the multiple warehouse locations you've got. You could have one in Sydney, Melbourne, or Perth, or similarly Wellington, Auckland, any warehouses, and we also give you the breakdown of stock located in each of those warehouses. And we pull through all your customers' information, who's ordered with you at least a couple of times, and your suppliers' information. And also the main thing is I did mention we're going to give you a live example of that, but we're going to show you why we've been voted as the #1 stock aware CRM. So we do pull through all your products and inventory, again, with the breakdown of the warehouse. All the products that you have logged in Unleashed will flow through the system. And finally, we pull through all your sales orders, invoices, and even credits, which have been processed and unleashed. And with all this data, we've done a bit of reporting and sales analysis, which is going to be quite crucial for you and which will give you those actionable insights. And as you can see, we've done with one of the examples, we have done heaps of sales analysis. But one little example that I showed you earlier is the RFM, and we do have analysis like to identify any cross-selling opportunities. We do have the Magic Matrix solutions, which I'm going to show you. And also we've got like AI integrated, which is another cool little reporting tool we've got, and we have the ability to process sales order right in the CRM. So that's another thing, another key little functionality where you don't you're moving on. You don't have to process sales orders if you want to start doing that in the CRM. We do give you that option as well, and you can also process quotes in the CRM. So we have got heaps of features around that area as well. And with new products, if you are dealing with a wide range of product categories and you don't want to create each of those categories, we have the ability to create new products in the CRM. And once that quote gets confirmed, and if that's a product that you're using on a repeat ordering pattern, you can certainly create that product in Unleashed. So that's another little function that we provide some of our customers dealing with a huge range of service catalogs. And also you can save as many as new customers. There's no limit to that. So you can work on any new customer, potential new prospects. You can work on those opportunities, send quotes, add them to a campaign, and eventually when they do come on board through the two-way sync, once when you confirm the first sales order, they will be automatically pushed into Unleashed. And then the sync is pretty much live. It happens every 15 minutes. That's another little question we get asked a lot. So any sales orders that's been processed both in the CRM or Unleashed, it's pretty much live, and it's a tightly integrated system. So let's just jump on to the main reason, the demo. That's the main reason why we're here today. I did forget to mention at the start of the webinar, we do have a Q&A session, control button. So if you do want to ask any questions, please feel free to enter your questions. We do have a Q&A session towards the end of the webinar as well. We'll quickly come back to that and address all your questions. Cheers. All right. So hope you're able to see my screen all right. And that's the main, right now we're logged into a dummy account. And as you can see, that's the company that we're going to be seeing today is Coffee and Beans. So they're a brewing company. So they have everything to deal with, coffee machines, coffee beans, coffee carts, anything to do with coffee, they supply. So that's the kind of the company that we're going to be seeing. They're a wholesaler, distributor, and a manufacturer. And right now we're going to be looking at the account manager's dashboard. So we do have other dashboards that we will be quickly touching upon. So this is one of the main dashboards that we have in the professional version. And this could be locked to any of your key account managers. So you might have, multiple account managers. If you want them to see only the customers that they deal with and the kind of revenue that they're bringing in, we can certainly lock the screen, and we can keep the overall operations for the owner and so on. So that's another little feature we've got. And straight away, just picking up from where we left in the presentation, we're going to be looking at the RFM analysis front and center. So based on the sales history from Unleashed, we have categorized your customers into champion, loyal, at risk, and so on. If I quickly jump on to one of these segments over here, and as you can see, it does give you the list of the customers, some basic information like who's the account manager, the first order date, the last order date, and the total order count. And with this is what we call the three-dot menu. So, you can do a lot of actionable insights with this particular report. You can save this to Excel, make it into a contact list if you please. And you can also add this to a campaign. So if you are dealing with, say, multiple customers, if you've got like hundreds or, couple of hundred champion customers, and if you want to run those targeted email marketing campaigns, you can export this contact list, formulate your email, add your flyers, and then push them through MailChimp or Klaviyo. And any responses that you get from that will get saved under marketing, under campaigns. And then you can, if anyone's interested, you can work on those leads accordingly. And we've also got the show on map section. So any account managers who do those constant on-site visits, you can plan your road trips. We do have integration to Google Maps as well. So if I quickly jump onto one of the customers, we're going to give you the basic UI feature. So this record is pretty much maintained both in Unleashed and the CRM. So any changes that you make to this record through the two-way sync will reflect back in Unleashed. You've got the basic information and you've got the activity feed, which shows you, what's the sales order that's come through and what's the ordering pattern like. They've been pretty active this month, last month, I should say, and you can see the kind of breakdown of all the orders that have come through. And that's the categorization section, which shows you what's the type. If you've got like prospects and suppliers, we pull through that data as well. We also give you who's the account manager, and with territory, industry, and priority, all these fields are configurable. So if you do feel it doesn't match your business requirement, the CRM is pretty flexible. Any tabs or any of these tabs could be configured based on your requirement. And on the right here, we've got the at a glance section, so which shows you the kind of the segment they belong to. And we also give you the spend in the last 365 days. And if you've set your financial year to date, we give you that data as well. And this is a rolling here. So tomorrow it'll calculate the last 365 days from tomorrow. So that's the kind of, we give you the seasonality which is associated. And as I did mention, with all the customer records, by entering your address, we do give you the geographical presentation of all these customers as well. And when I did mention the CRM itself is pretty flexible, you can customize this entire screen. So if you feel it's a bit populated and if you want to keep it based on your requirement, you can keep it as crisp as possible and you can preview it and save it accordingly. And on the left here, you've got all the key information. So you've got the address. So we do pull through any address details you've set up in Unleashed. If you've got multiple shipping addresses, you can set that up in the CRM by just quickly going in and adding that address in the CRM. And with the contacts here, so we do pull through any key information, like you've set the main decision maker, general manager, and we have the ability to add contacts on the go. And as I did mention, through the two-way sync, it will reflect back in Unleashed. Opportunities, problems, and quotes, all the CRM things we're going to come back to. And documents is another key area where any project proposals you've sent to a customer, or quotes, or sales order, or key emails that you have sent, all those correspondence gets captured right here in the document segment. So you know exactly where to access that information. And any, like if you've, after like a particular communication correspondence, you can pick that up straight away from the document section. And that's the integration to Unleashed. This record, as I did mention, it's pretty much kept in sync with Unleashed. So you can see the customer code, the name, the link to open this account in Unleashed, the type, and who's the email, for the invoices to be sent, and the basic information like if they're on stop credit, what's the GST, and what's the payment term likes. All that information is reflecting right here in the CRM, so you don't have to constantly check between Unleashed and the CRM. And if you do link your aged receivables account, like say QuickBooks to Zero, we do have the ability to pull through all those invoices and display the invoices which have been paid or any outstanding. We will be able to pull through that information for you as well. And with the sales transaction, we give you the line-by-line view of all the orders that have been placed so far, right from the SKU code description, and you can see if it's been ordered, delivered, and invoiced. And you can see the currency that you're dealing with, AUD, you can see the price, the base value, and you can also see the margin and percentage that you're dealing with all of these orders with the sales order number, the transaction date, and this does go as far as the time since you've taken orders from Unleashed, and it does give you the list of close to 800 orders that you've taken so far with this customer. Or if you're also after a particular sales order number, or SKU, or a product category, if you just type that here, it does give you the list of all the beans that they've got so far. You can see they've got the Australian coffee beans, the Colombian and the Ethiopian beans, and we also give you the list of any other special description that you want to type. We do pull through that report for you or the sales order for you. And with the sales analysis, it's a bit more of a deep dive analysis. So we give you a top level view of what's the segment, the spend, the frequency, and the last order date. And that's the invoice value by month, and that's the order value by month. At any given stage with this interactive graph, if you do feel like you want to focus only on 2024, you can quickly zoom in and you can see how well you've been performing, and you can, and you can zoom out, as simple as that. And similar to that, that's the order frequency as well. If I open this report for you, you'll be able to see the breakdown of the monthly spend. So So far, $14,000 in August, which is great. July was pretty good. And you can see the kind of buying pattern of this customer. And they've been fairly consistent with just one month, hypothetically, they haven't placed much of an order. But apart from that, they've been fairly consistent. So if you are looking at the data, so now you know what's the spending capacity by invoice and the order frequency. But if you do want to know what are the other products that they've got so far from you, if you quickly scroll down, we will give you the top level view of the products by value and the frequency. And through the interactive pie diagram, you can see the Breville coffee machine has been the top SKU, top product, followed by another product category with 24%. So you get the idea of the breakdown of the SKUs. And if I just open this category for you, we give you the list of all the top products, and that's the value that this particular customer has generated so far. And you can see by far the Oracle Espresso machine has been the top product, and you can see the total quantity they've ordered so far, the number of order counts, and we also give you the list of the totally 21 products that they've got from you so far. And if I quickly hit one of these products. So this is where at the start of the webinar, I did mention we do get the tagline of the number one stock-aware CRM. So through the integration with Unleashed, which is a deep two-way integration, we not only pull your customer data, but we also pull through your product files, right from the list price, the cost price, the total stock available, when is the next shipment due, and any names or specifications you have set up, any images that you have set up, and also the category that it belongs to. And we've also got the stock levels. As I did mention, I did show you the graphic of the two-way sync. So I did mention about, the list of breakdown of the warehouses, like you do have one in New Zealand and one in Sydney. You can see based on that, you can see where are the stock located. And we also did mention about purchases, any supplies information. You can see the currency that you're dealing with. And you can also see when is the next shipment due, if it's been delivered, and so on, all that key information. With sales transaction, similar to what we saw with Byron Bay Coffee, we do give you the list of the most recent transactions for the Breville coffee machine, and you can see what's the breakdown like. And of course, Byron Bay Coffee has been the top supporter of this particular product. With the sales analysis, we do give you the top buyers, and you've got like 20 companies which have got this product so far. And if you quickly scroll down, we do give you a bit of a buying pattern, which does give you help you understand any seasonality which is involved with this particular product. Um, as I did mention, the whole idea of the CRM is to help you leverage your sales, but this particular report can be used as a forecasting report for your next financial year. And you can see the breakdown of how well the stock is moved so far, and you can certainly hold stock accordingly for your next financial year. As I did mention, just a quick little overview. Last year, May has been a really good month. It has been a lot of stock that's been moved, close to 56 units. But you can see, other than that, it's been fairly consistent with a couple of units moving every month. And images and files, the CRM can be a central point of access for any products that you've got. Rather than saving it in, say, Dropbox or any other spreadsheet, you can pretty much load all those images and link files, any specification documents, or anything to do with the product can be saved right here in the CRM. And we also honor any price tiers that you've set up in Unleashed, right from wholesale, retail or walk-ins, all that gets related. And before we quickly jump on, I just want to quickly touch upon this upsell. So we do have this ability to link products to the CRM, to the Breville espresso machine. So what that means is, so you can pretty much, we've linked two products, which is the stainless steel, the smart grinder, and the knockbox. So every time you either, quote this product or add this to a sales order, any products that you've linked will come up as a pop-up menu prompting your sales members to increase their average order value. Right now, we have added them as recommended. Uh, we do have this ability to make them as a must sell or an upgrade. So if you do find out with your customer, what's the, what is it kind of, coffees that they're selling per hour. If they're selling like say close to 200, we can pretty much like push them to an upgraded version. We can sell them a machine with two brews, which will be a bit more beneficial for them. Or with a must sell, you can always add like say the power cord, which is a must sell because without that, the product is not going to work. So that's the kind of examples we thought we should give you. But I'm going to give you an example when we add this to a quote, how these two recommended products come up as a pop-up menu. So that's pretty much with the integration side of aspect. If I quickly go back, we did mention about RFM missing order alert. Say there's another little tool, which is the magic matrix. So the whole idea is, so based on the product categories that we've imported from Unleashed, you can see till now they've got machines, ingredients, coffee equipment, and so on. So these are the other categories that they're totally unaware of. So with the integration to email marketing tools, we can run targeted email marketing campaigns. So if you do want to run sugar sticks, the moment you add them to a campaign, they will become aware of that particular category. And once they're interested, if they reflect back to the campaign and then they say they want to know more about that category, you can add them to an opportunity, which will turn that into blue. And then eventually, if they do buy that category from you, it'll come on to the bot category. So I'm going to show you a global view on how that looks like, but this is a key little reporting logic we've got. Now, I'm just going to quickly go back to the main dashboard. And till now, we focused on one particular customer, so I'm going to show you the other reports quickly, touching upon that. So we do have AI integrated, as I mentioned previously, so which is the BUS acronym in the market. So based on the sales history from Unleashed, so we categorize the average days between the order. So that the system does tell you what's the longest time the customer has taken to place an order, and what's the shortest time, and what's the kind of average order that can be collected from those customers. So your sales team will love this particular report. And I kid you not, you can take a free trial just for this particular report, which will give you the customers who have missed out on placing an order. And this also helps you, you know, identify any churn risk indicators like customers who are, going on to become at risk or, don't lose them. It's a key little reporting logic, which is associated with the order frequency. And similar to that, the customer trends report also shows you the customers who are growing, static, and declining. So if I hit that report, open that report for you, you can see the trends right from, Coffee Club, they've been doing really well. You can see the trend in the last 365 days to the previous 365 days. Flinders Shop are growing, which is a great sign. And you can see the customers who are declining. And you can, there's another key little function I would like to mention is you can save any of our reports to Excel. So if you want to just make this into a contact list, try to find the reasoning between, what's the reasoning behind the drop in revenue. You can certainly do that in the CRM. And needs engagement is based on how, right now it's a demo account. So it shows it's been a month or a couple of, months since you've added any engagement with your customers. Once when you start using the CRM, based on the activities that you type or emails that you send, this will get relearned. It's a great little starting point for your sales team as well. And problems is an after sales ticketing solution, which we will touch upon briefly. I'll show you once when you process a quote, if there's any issues with your delivery or the product, we do have the workflow where you can pretty much track that problem and resolve that issue. And close rates, again, is any new opportunities, as I did mention, if you're adding a prospect and if you're working on an opportunity, based on if you're won or lost, will reflect in this particular report. As you can see, just a bit of an example, new store or top-up order or so on, all that reflects in this particular report. And 12 months order is pretty much the breakdown of all the orders that have come through in the current calendar year. And we also give you a snapshot of a comparison between this month versus last month. It's just been a couple of days, but you get an idea of how the orders come through. If I quickly open that report for you, we give you the line-by-line view of all the recent orders that have come through. I'm going to perform a couple of actions for you, as I did mention. So right now, we're going to be looking at Michelle. So we did mention we have the ability to process a sales order in the CRM. So Michelle Dury works for Branch of Ipswich. So that's the breadcrumb menu. At any given point in time, you know exactly where you're located in the CRM. Similar to what we saw with Byron Bay Coffee. They're a customer. You can see the ordering pattern. You can see the spend and so on. Quickly moving back to the contact, we would highly recommend you to add any notes, work on a contact rather than a company, so you can easily track that. So as I did mention, we have the ability to process a sales order in the CRM, no issues whatsoever. So you can choose that price tier. You can choose, what's the currency, the warehouse. Once when you create, process enter the SKUs, crosses the sales order, it will be pushed into Unleashed, and then your operations team can pick, ship, and invoice it. No issues whatsoever. But just for the demo purpose, we do know a lot of people do process quotes. I'm going to show you the flexibility with the quoting system. And let's say it's a top-up order. And you can also set, if the customer's ordered on a regular pattern, you can, configure categories based on. It could be like a golden pack or, silver pack. You can add certain products to those template rather than keying those SKUs in. You can pretty much hit that template and that will get pre-populated. And it's a quick pipeline, quick quote. And you can see the warehouse, which is automatically being picked up. And just for the source, I'm going to say it's salesperson generated. Once when you hit create, it's going to take us to the landing page of the quote. And as you can see, on the screen, you can enter the PO number pretty much anytime over here. If Michelle does give you the PO number. Once when you scroll down, since Michelle is a regular ordering customer, she will have your price list. So if she does send you a CSV file with the right SKU code, the product description, quantity, and pricing, you can pretty much drop that CSV file right here in the dotted box menu, and this will get pre-populated automatically. That's a nice little feature we've got. And once when you drop down, the system is pretty smart. It'll only populate the most frequently ordered items by Michelle. So you can quickly go in. Let's go and type the Breville. And as we did mention, so this is exactly what I wanted to show you. So we did link two of the products as recommended, and you can quickly check with Michelle if she wants to add those accessories. Once when you hit continue, that's going to fill that for us here straight away. And we do have another global search, which if you do come and hit the search section, we give you the list of all the top products. You can either go in and choose the recently purchased items or any category, or you can go in and hit the search product. You've got close to 71 SKUs here with any category. And if you're on rep mode, you can go into the company. You can just look at the ingredients. Okay, let's go just look at all the ingredients. Let's say if you want to look 10 units of the Colombian one and the Australian one, hit add, and you can also search with the Ethiopian beans that we saw earlier. Once when you hit add and close, so that's going to get pre-populated. And there's a few more features of, like flexibility that we can do with the CRM. And we've also got another key little menu, which will give you any key financials related to the product, right from, the stock available, the price, list price, the margin that you're making, and the discount, and so on. And we can also group and summarize. We can add a group, and let's say machine. And that's going to give you, just to give you the categorization. So when you're sending in a quote, it gives you a bit more of flexibility with that. And we can give it just say beans. So that's the kind of flexibility that we give with your quoting system. And if Michelle is a regular customer, you can enable the subtotal if you like. That's a setting symbol here. We can edit the pricing, discount, and the lines view as well. And there are a few ways of sending this quote to Michelle. So you can either go in and send it as a quote template. We do have the ability to replicate any quoting template that you have set up in Unleashed. So you can go in and choose, the quote document. You can choose a quote template with heavy branding or a simple PDF file. You can do that. Or we can send an email. So we do highly recommend sending emails from the CRM, mainly because we do have those set templates inbuilt. So I'm going to choose a simple cover PDF. So this is one of the key features with automating the quote to order workflow. So this gives the ability for Michelle to either approve or decline this quote. I'm just going to show you how this quote looks like at Michelle's end. Just bear with me for a few seconds. Once it's downloaded, it's a standard Word document, and this could be edited based on your requirement. And this quote template will also have any kind of perfect. So that's exactly how the document looks like, right from your branding, and we give you the breakdown of the product, the categories we've set up with beans and machine. And if Michelle does decide, okay, she's happy with the pricing and the subtotal she's saying, once she hits approve, it's going to take us to a new screen where it's going to show you approve order. So Michelle can pretty much enter the PO number, or she can come in and enter any reference number she'd please. And once she hits approve, we're going to capture the IP address, and this is going to go flow back into the CRM, and that's totally automated, which puts the onus totally on Michelle. And I'm just going to quickly show you how it's going to reflect in the CRM. And thank you for approving the quote, which is great. We'll go back to the system. No use of sending this now. I'm just going to delete that. Just refresh the screen for you. As you can see, it's waiting to be confirmed and the order is taken. And it's worthwhile mentioning, we can confirm the quote right here from the CRM, but just wanted to show you how it does reflect when a customer takes the order. So either you can confirm the quote if you're on the phone and you can move it into a sales order. This will be pushed into Unleashed, and then remaining your operations team can work on it. Or Michelle, if she does hit the approve button, and it will be automated and it will reflect back into the CRM. So that's how you can pretty much service an existing customer, take that quick quote and then move it into a sales order. And also, if you want to add delivery methods, if there's any additional delivery costs involved, we do have the ability to capture that information and process that in the CRM. And we've also got another little feature, which is Stripe, a payment gateway. So if it's a new customer and if you want to treat this as a pro forma invoice and get those payments up front, you can certainly get that through integration to Stripe and get that sorted for you at the earliest. So that's pretty much on how do you service an existing customer. And through the create symbol here, we can pretty much add any companies on the go, any contacts as you please. And we do have the ability to create inquiry forms. So that's another little function most of our customers are interested in, where you can create inquiry forms and host it on your website. And any inquiries that you get from your website will get captured under marketing and inquiries. And then your marketing and sales team can work on it, qualify it, and then try to push them into a repeat order customer. Similar to that, we've also got other document sections and campaigns and opportunities. So you can, if you're working on a new customer who's never placed an order with you before, you can add that as a new store, and you can choose the pipeline as a new customer, and you can choose the status as qualified, pushing to close, won or lost. And these can be configured with any of our tools, any of our reports and opportunities or problems. They can be configured based on your requirement. And you can also choose the size of that opportunity and the source. And when you create that opportunity, you can add those emails, send a quote, track that entire opportunity. And we do have sales pipeline reporting for those opportunities as well. Just quickly coming back, I did mention, I did mention we're going to show you two little factors, which is the service ticketing and the magic matrix before we move on to the Q&A session. So let's hypothetically say if Michelle has the order that Michelle placed. And one quick little information I did want to mention to you before we move on was any notifications that you get. So we do have, if you go to the personal settings, we can enable notifications, like any inquiries that come through from your website, we can make them as instant, or any email bounces or delivery issues, that can be instant as well. Similarly, any tasks that you assign internally, which we're going to show you right now, that could be instant, and you can enable the other settings as well. So that's another little key function we have with notifications. We can also make that with, if a quote has been confirmed or any missing orders, we can enable those settings for you as well. So right now, we're going to give you an example of the service ticketing catalog, service ticketing system. So as you can see, we did process an order with Michelle, which we took 3 minutes ago. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, there has been an issue with one particular product, and we can say this as damage on delivery. And you can choose the source. You can choose this as a delivery issue. If you do choose as a product issue, if it's a technical issue, or if it could be on the coffee brewing machine, you can pretty much choose the product return. And we do have the status, which you can track the RMA number, And you can also process a service. If you're pushing out your service delivery team to service that item, you can track that workflow as well. So that's another little feature we've got. Right now, I'm just going to choose it as delivery issue. And with the pipe, let's say we are working on. And once when you hit create, that's going to take us to the workflow. And as you can see here, right from here, you can pretty much go in and then you can assign a task to any team member who's working on that. And uh, call Michelle and ask for a photo of the issue. You can either post this or you can assign this task. You can pretty much go in and assign this task to any of the service delivery, service ticketing people who manage any of those delivery issues or product issues or your customer success team. Right now, I'm just going to assign this to myself. Once when I do that, you do get this notification straight away saying that there is a task that needs to be action. And through the notification, once when you come in, unless you have actioned this task, it's going to be reflecting right here. So another key little question that we get asked a lot is if you're on the road, if we do have a mobile app. So I'm going to quickly show that capability as well. So we do have a responsive app. So as long as you've got internet and you've got a tab or a phone, this is exactly how the CRM looks like. And you can go to the documents section. If you're on the store, and you can pretty much go in and then, if any images Michelle has sent, you can either drag that file over here, or you can go hit the plus symbol, upload a photo. You can choose that, and you can upload that photo on the go as well. So that's another little capability we've got. And once when you go back to the dashboard, and you can pretty much go in, and if you want to choose any create buttons, you can add a contact or a company on the go. You can also process a sales order on the go. So that's the kind of functionality that we've got, on the go as well. And that's pretty much how you manage a service ticketing tool. As you can see, we've got heaps of workflow that we've got previously. We've got warranty and claims issue, any broken machines, all that can be tracked right here in the CRM. And all the statuses and the workflow can be configured according to your requirement as well. And before we move on, there is one more. We do have the sales pipeline reporting. So we've got heaps of reporting in the CRM, right from you can see the customers who have got X but not Y. You can compare customers who have got the Colombian beans but not the Ethiopian beans. You can see the new and returning customers. You can see who are the customers who are coming in. That's one of the integral part of any business to get those new customers coming in. And you can also see the new opportunities. So this is what we mentioned about the pipeline. As you can see, these are the various, we did process a quote 12 minutes ago, and we've had like a couple of opportunities we've won. And we do have at most flexibility with filtering. You can go add a filter, and you can see, you can filter it through the status. And if you just want to see the opportunities which are in quote stage, you can access that, or you can also access the ones which are won. And that's the kind of flexibility that we provide. And we've also got what we say is the Kanban view. So at any given stage, based on the quotes or quick quotes that you have, it's a nice little UI feature for your sales team, for any of your forecast meetings that you've got. So you can pretty much, see with the Kanban view, which are the quotes which are in awaiting PO or in process or that's been delivered. That's a nice little feature we've got. And I also did mention, we will quickly touch upon the other dashboards as well. With the sales rep dashboard, we give you the leaderboards, and we also give you the current pipeline and the more optimistic and the likely value. At any given stage, you can pretty much at the top level view see how well your sales reps have been performing. With the sales manager's dashboard, it's a bit more of a holistic approach. We give you the entire operations of the business, right from the comparison of the year on year, any closed deals that you have, and all the quotes that you've given so far, the problems that you're dealing with, and any lost opportunities. And we also give you the list of total customers that you're dealing with and the increasing revenue, which is a good sign to be on top of. Finally, just want to touch upon the Magic Matrix solution as promised. So again, this is based on all the product categories that you have set up in Unleashed. We do import that data, And it is a Harvard Business School idea that we have implemented in the CRM. As you can see, with coffee carts, there are totally 39 customers who are unaware, and one customer who's aware of that, and there are two opportunities on that, and two customers have bought that. So if I quickly open this record for you, so we position your customers on the x-axis and the products on the y-axis. So the whole idea here, it's a simple reporting tool which understands and analyzes any cross-selling opportunities within your existing customer base. So green meaning they've bought the product. Red, obviously they're unaware. So we do have the ability to run targeted marketing campaigns right from the CRM. So we did mention sugar sticks. You can choose the categories that you want to run. And you can also choose the segments. Say if you just want to analyze your champion, loyal, new, potential loyalist. If I quickly go to Byron Bay Coffee, you can see here they've got the ingredients, the home category, they've got the machine, but they've never got the sugar sticks. Similarly, bean and stuff, they've got the ingredients, they're unaware of the sugar sticks, they have an opportunity on the coffee cuts, and they have a campaign. They're aware of the display units as well. So how do we use this report? So if we are going in, we can build awareness campaigns. So we can pretty much go in and choose the sugar sticks. And we've already chosen the segment. We can also choose the customer type and industry. By hitting next, we're only going to target those customers who are unaware. I'm not going to go through this full step, but you can certainly create a new activity and make this as a sugar sticks campaign and add those 14 customers and then push them onto your MailChimp, Klaviyo, or Spotler, formulate your email, add your flyers, and send that campaign through. But what that does to this report, the moment you do that, Byron Bay, that turns into amber, that turns into yellow, which means they're aware of this category. And eventually, when they do come back and say they're interested and they would like to know more about that category, they would like to get a quote or a pricing, we can create an opportunity, and that turns into blue. And if they do like the pricing and if they want to go ahead with you and they do buy that category, and this particular dot turns into green if they've got that category from you. So the whole idea is to identifying the cross-selling opportunity and make this report as green as possible. Try to leverage your sales with any opportunity in the CRM. So apart from the RFM, missing order alert, customer trends, this is one of the most important reporting tools we've got. Hopefully, we've managed to capture as much as information as promised at the start of the session. Hope you did like this session. Before I move on, just want to show you, just going back to the demo. Thank you so much for joining. So as promised, we have given a couple minutes to ask any questions if you have. And right now, and as a thank you for joining today's session, the next steps, it's quite fairly simple. As I did mention, the whole idea is to show you the capabilities of the CRM in today's webinar and take you through the process. And we do encourage you, if you're interested, if you want to see how your data reflects in the CRM, you can pretty much take a free trial. There are two ways of doing it. One way is through our website. And the most easiest option, since you're Unleashed customer, is to go in through the Unleashed portal, go to the integrations tab, choose the integration store, choose Prospect, and take a free trial. And the API ID and key will flow through into the CRM, and it's pretty automated. We would highly recommend you to do that. And after today's session, and as a thank you for joining today's session, we would give you the first 3 months on half price, which is on us. Only little catch we've got here is to take the free trial by the 13th of September. And if you subscribe within the 14-day free trial, we will give you the first 3 months 50% on us. And if you do end up taking the free trial, it would be myself or my colleague Peter who will be going through the session, the demo, with your existing data, showing you those actionable insights, and really giving you what are the CRM's capabilities are. Thank you once again for joining, and please feel free to ask any questions. We've got a good 7 minutes before we close. Yes, I believe one quick little thing I did want to mention to you at the start of the session is the pricing. So that's the kind of pricing that we've got. So we're looking at $603 per month, AUD, and with New Zealand dollars, it's $636, and it does include 4 users, and it does include any kind of consultative onboarding and assistance from our end. So that's the kind of pricing structure we're looking at. And if you do, that's the professional version, which includes all the top reporting tools. And if there is any one little other investment that you've got to look at is choosing the CSM plan. The standard plan is 15% of your subscription cost, which does include annual check-ins, telephone callbacks, and pretty much live chat service as well. There will be a support consultant who will be helping you through the process if there's any queries that you've got. And with the essential plan, you will be going through with a lot of self-help documents. If I quickly go into that, through the question mark symbol over here, so you can see what are the new releases that are there on a constant basis. Similar to Unleashed University, we've got Prospect Academy, where you'll find heaps of self-help documents, and you can chat with us at any given point, and you find more resources. And if there's any product suggestions that you have from your end, you can certainly notify us, and we can get that sorted for you. And based on, we do project all the suggestions in the stakeholder meetings, and based on the votes and feedback that we've got from other users, we will certainly try to implement it in the new release, the next release that we do. Um, so that's another little area that I did want to mention about pricing, which was a question that gets asked a lot. I believe I'll just give it a couple more minutes and all right. I think we should give you the good couple of minutes back into your day. Thank you once again for joining today's session. It was a pleasure meeting you all. Hopefully, looking forward to you to take the free trial and see those actionable insights on your existing customer data. And yeah, thank you so much. Have a good day. Cheers.